I want to start today by telling you about a patient of mine named Sarah. Sarah came to see me 3 years ago. She was 52 years old, a high-level executive right here in Seattle, and frankly, when she walked into my office, she was a shadow of the vibrant woman she used to be. It wasn't a sore knee or high blood pressure that brought her in. It was something that was slowly eroding her confidence, day by agonizing day. Sarah was losing her hair. And I don't just mean a few extra strands in the brush. She told me, with tears streaming down her face, that she had stopped going to social events. She avoided bright overhead lighting in meeting rooms because it made her scalp shine through. She showed me a photo on her phone from just 5 years prior, a woman with a thick, chestnut mane. Then, she gently pulled off the beanie she was wearing in my office to reveal devastating thinning across the entire crown of her head. She confessed she was weeks away from buying a wig and felt that her life as a vibrant, attractive woman was effectively over. She felt invisible. She had been to dermatologists. They offered her harsh topical chemicals that irritated her skin or proposed drugs with side effects she wasn't willing to risk. They told her it was just menopause or bad genetics, and that she should accept it. I told Sarah what I'm going to tell you today. I do not accept that. I looked at her blood work, not just glancing for disease markers, but looking deep for optimal function. And I found what 97% of busy doctors overlook. Sarah wasn't sick in the traditional sense. She was starving. Her hair follicles were starving. We didn't use a single prescription drug. We used a specific protocol of 5 powerful, natural supplements. And I use that word deliberately, as you'll see, found in nature. Today, if you met Sarah, you wouldn't believe it's the same woman. Her hair is thick, it's resilient, and most importantly, her spark is back. She's independent, confident, and leading her company without a second thought about bright lights. Today, I am going to share that exact protocol with you. Now, I know many of you watching are sitting exactly where Sarah was. Maybe you're postmenopausal, maybe you're a new mother whose hair is shedding months after giving birth, or maybe the chronic stress of office life is taking its toll. I want to know who I'm talking to today. Right now, in the comments below, I want you to type your age and the one thing about your hair that worries you most. Is it the widening part? The handfuls in the shower? Go ahead, type it in. 55. Thinning crown. 30. Postpartum shedding. By doing this, we are acknowledging the problem. And I want to assure you, what you are experiencing is very likely not just bad genes, and it is certainly not an inevitable part of aging that you just have to accept. In my experience, especially for those over 50 or under high stress, hair loss is a check engine light. It's your body signaling a deficiency in specific, critical nutrients that our modern diets and stressful lifestyles are leaching out of us. We are going to fix that today. For those of you new to the channel, welcome. I'm Dr. David Thompson. For over 30 years, I have worked as a physician on the front lines of patient care. I've treated thousands of people, from exhausted young mothers to CEOs in their 70s. And over those 3 decades, I came to a difficult realization. Conventional medicine is excellent at treating acute trauma, but it is woefully inadequate at fostering long-term vitality. Too often, the answer to a patient's complaint is a prescription pad. A pill for every ill. My mission, and the mission of this channel, is to help you live a healthy, independent life, free from reliance on a dozen daily pharmaceutical drugs, by using the most powerful medicine available. Scientifically understood nutrition. I've seen what works in the real world, in real bodies, and that's what I'm sharing with you. Before we get to the solutions, we need to confirm if you are suffering from the root cause I suspect. Hair loss rarely happens in a vacuum. It is usually accompanied by other subtle signals your body is sending. I'm going to list 5 common symptoms. I want you to count how many of these you experience on a regular basis. Ready? 1. Fatigue that sleep doesn't fix. You wake up tired even after 8 hours. 2. Cold hands and feet, even when it's not particularly cold outside. 3. Brittle or ridged nails that break easily. 4. Brain fog or difficulty concentrating at work. 5. Pale skin or dark circles under your eyes that don't go away. How many did you get? Count them up. If you have 3 or more of these symptoms plus hair thinning, please comment the number below. Comment, I have 4, or I have all 5. If you scored high, listen very closely. These symptoms, combined with hair loss, point to a unified root cause: cellular starvation caused by poor circulation and oxidative stress. Your body is smart. Hair is not essential for survival. If your body is struggling to get oxygen and nutrients to your vital organs because of stress or deficiencies, the very first thing it shuts down is hair production. Your follicles are being choked off. The 5 natural solutions I'm about to reveal are designed to restart that supply line. The first supplement is perhaps the most critical, especially for the women watching. It's something many doctors test for, but they use the wrong reference ranges. We're talking about iron, specifically stored iron, known as ferritin. Let's go back to Sarah. Her standard blood tests showed her iron levels were normal. But when I tested her ferritin, her iron bank account, it was almost empty. She had enough iron to keep her heart beating, but not enough to grow hair. We adjusted her diet to include highly bioavailable iron sources. Within 8 weeks, her crushing fatigue lifted. By month 4, the excessive shedding in the shower had stopped completely. Why is iron so vital? Think of your red blood cells as a fleet of delivery trucks. Their job is to transport oxygen from your lungs to every cell in your body. Iron is the actual cargo bed of that truck. It holds the oxygen. Your hair follicle is one of the most rapidly dividing cells in the entire human body. It is an incredibly energy-hungry little factory. It demands massive amounts of oxygen to create hair fiber. If you are low in iron, you have fewer trucks delivering less oxygen. The hair factory cannot operate, so it shuts down and the hair falls out. This is a state of localized hypoxia, oxygen starvation. A significant study published in the Journal of Korean Medical Science in 2013 investigated the relationship between iron stores and female pattern hair loss. The researchers found that women experiencing hair loss had significantly lower serum ferritin levels compared to women with healthy hair, even if they weren't clinically anemic by standard definitions. The study concluded that low ferritin is a primary underlying factor in thinning hair for many women. So, how do we fix this naturally? We need heme iron, the form found in animal products, which is absorbed up to 3 times better than plant iron. The supplement food, grass-fed red meat or, even better, beef liver. Dosage, a 3 to 4 ounce serving of red meat 3 times a week, or if you can stomach it, 2 to 3 ounces of liver once a week. The golden rule of combination. Iron needs a partner to get absorbed, vitamin C. Never eat your iron-rich meal with coffee or tea, as the tannins block absorption. Instead, squeeze fresh lemon juice over your steak, or have a side of bell peppers or broccoli. I know liver is a tough sell for many. How many of you grew up being forced to eat liver and onions and hated it? Let me know in the comments with a, yes, hated liver. It's okay, stick to the red meat and vitamin C if you must. Our second natural supplement isn't actually a vitamin at all. It's a pre-hormone that is absolutely critical for turning on the hair growth cycle. I'm talking about vitamin D3. I remember a patient, Mark, a 58-year-old IT manager. He spent 10 hours a day indoors in front of screens. He was losing hair rapidly in a diffuse pattern. We tested his vitamin D levels, and they were dangerously low, in the single digits. He was essentially living in biological darkness. We corrected this through diet and lifestyle, and not only did his hair stabilize, but his mood improved drastically, and his achy joints settled down. Vitamin D3 is unique. Every single hair follicle on your head has a vitamin D receptor, VDR. Think of the hair follicle like a car. You need fuel, nutrients, but you also need the ignition key to turn the engine on. Vitamin D is that ignition key. Without adequate vitamin D docking onto that receptor, the follicle cannot transition from the resting phase, telogen, back into the growth phase, anagen. It just stays asleep, and eventually, the hair sheds and isn't replaced. As we age, our skin becomes less efficient at making vitamin D from the sun, making dietary sources crucial over 50. The link is undeniable. A study in the journal Skin Pharmacology and Physiology in 2013 demonstrated that vitamin D receptors are essential for the regeneration of the hair follicle. Furthermore, clinical data consistently shows low serum vitamin D levels in patients suffering from various forms of alopecia, hair loss. Getting enough from the sun is risky for aging skin, and it's hard to get enough from standard food. But there is one superstar source. The supplement food, wild-caught fatty fish, specifically sockeye salmon or mackerel. Dosage: aim for 3 servings per week of fatty fish. The golden rule: vitamin D is fat-soluble. You absolutely must eat it with healthy fat to absorb it. The fish provides its own fat, which is perfect. If you are relying on fortified foods, which I like less, make sure you add avocado or olive oil to that meal. Be honest with me here. How many hours a day do you spend outdoors with exposed skin, no sunscreen, during midday? If it's less than 20 minutes, type "indoor warrior" in the comments. It's incredible how indoor dwelling we have become. The third crucial element is a mineral that acts as the architect of your hair. It's zinc. This is very common in my postpartum patients and those on restrictive diets. I had a patient, Jennifer, a new mom who was terrified by the clumps of hair coming out 4 months after her baby was born. She was also constantly getting colds. We identified a zinc deficiency, common after the demands of pregnancy. By introducing zinc-rich foods, her immune system stabilized, and her excessive shedding tapered off significantly faster than average. Hair is almost entirely protein, specifically keratin. To build this protein, your body needs enzymes that facilitate the construction process. Zinc is an essential cofactor for hundreds of these enzymes, including those responsible for protein synthesis and cell division in the hair follicle. Think of zinc as the foreman on a construction site holding the blueprints. Without the foreman, the workers, amino acids, don't know how to arrange themselves to build the structure. Furthermore, zinc is potent at lowering inflammation on the scalp, which can otherwise damage the follicle. A 2013 study published in the Annals of Dermatology analyzed the serum zinc levels in hair loss patients. They found that patients with hair loss had statistically significantly lower zinc concentration compared to the control group. They concluded that zinc metabolism disturbances play a key role in hair shedding. You need to be careful with zinc supplements in pill form, as it's easy to overdo it and throw off your copper balance. Food is the safest way. The supplement food, the undisputed champion, is oysters. Nothing else comes close. Dosage: just 2 medium oysters can provide your entire daily requirement of zinc. If you hate oysters, the next best natural source is pumpkin seeds, pepitas. Aim for a 1/4 cup of raw pumpkin seeds daily. Notes on combination: phytates found in grains and legumes can block zinc absorption. So, try to eat your pumpkin seeds as a snack away from heavy bread or bean dishes. Oysters are another polarizing food. Are you Team Oyster or Team No Way? Let me know below. I personally love them, but I know they aren't for everyone. Number 4 is the one everyone talks about. If you walk down the supplement aisle, you see hair, skin, and nails bottles everywhere, and the main ingredient is almost always biotin, vitamin B7. But most people are taking the wrong kind or missing the supporting cast. I see many patients who have been taking massive doses of synthetic biotin pills for years with zero results. Why? Because B vitamins work synergistically, like a relay team. Taking only one in isolation rarely works long-term. We switched these patients off isolated synthetic pills and onto a whole food B-complex source. The difference in hair texture, the actual strength of the individual strand, improved noticeably within 3 months. Biotin is essential for the production of keratin, the protein that makes up hair. It helps metabolize fatty acids and amino acids that fuel the hair follicle. But here is the key. Biotin needs its cousins, B12, B6, folate, to function correctly in the body's energy cycles. Deficiencies in B12 and folate can cause a type of anemia, megaloblastic anemia, where red blood cells get too big and inefficient, failing to deliver oxygen to the scalp. Sound familiar? It all connects back to delivery. While biotin deficiency is rare in severe forms, marginal deficiencies affecting hair are more common. A 2017 review in Skin Appendage Disorders noted that while large-scale trials on biotin supplementation in healthy individuals are lacking, in cases of underlying deficiency or pathology, correcting biotin levels creates clinical improvement in hair health. The evidence is stronger for correcting B12 and folate deficiencies to prevent hair loss related to anemia. Forget the gummy vitamins packed with sugar. Nature has the perfect B vitamin package. The supplement food, pasture-raised eggs, specifically the yolks. Dosage, 2 whole eggs daily. Golden time and warning. The morning is a great time for eggs. But here is a crucial warning. Never eat raw egg whites regularly. Raw egg whites contain a protein called avidin that binds to biotin and prevents its absorption. You must cook the whites. A soft-boiled or poached egg where the yolk is runny but the white is cooked is perfect. How do you take your eggs? Scrambled, poached, fried? I'm a soft-boiled man myself, simple and effective. Our final supplement is the very foundation of the hair itself. If you want to build a brick wall, you need bricks. Hair is protein. As we age, our stomach acid naturally declines, making it harder to break down dense proteins like steak into usable amino acids. I see this constantly in patients over 60. They are eating protein, but not absorbing it. Their skin gets thin, and their hair gets wispy. By introducing a predigested form of protein, we noticed that within 6 months, the flyaway quality of their hair diminished, and individual strands felt thicker between the fingers. Your body needs specific amino acids, cysteine, lysine, arginine, methionine, to manufacture keratin. Collagen is the most abundant protein in your body, and it is incredibly rich in some of these key amino acids, particularly proline and glycine, which support the structural integrity of the hair follicle itself, the dermis where the hair is anchored. Think of the dermis as the soil. If the soil is loose and weak, the plant, the hair, won't have a strong anchor and will fall out easily. Collagen strengthens the soil. A randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled study published in the Journal of Cosmetic Dermatology in 2015 examined the effectiveness of specific bioactive collagen peptides. After 8 weeks, the group taking the collagen showed a statistically significant increase in dermis density and skin hydration compared to the placebo group. A healthier dermis means a healthier environment for hair growth. You can buy expensive collagen powders, but the traditional way is cheaper and often better. The supplement food, homemade bone broth, beef or chicken bones simmered for 24 plus hours. Dosage: 1 cup of warm bone broth daily. Golden time: I love having a warm cup of broth in the mid-afternoon instead of coffee. It's soothing for the gut and provides those easy-to-absorb bricks for hair construction. Have any of you tried making your own bone broth? It's quite a process, but makes your house smell amazing. If you have a favorite recipe tip, share it below. So, there you have it. The 5 natural supplements that doctors often overlook, hiding in plain sight in the grocery store. 1. Heme iron from red meat to deliver oxygen. 2. Vitamin D3 from fatty fish to turn on the growth switch. 3. Zinc from oysters or pumpkin seeds to act as the architect. 4. Biotin and B-complex from cooked eggs for fuel. 5. Collagen from bone broth as the building blocks. Before I go, a gentle warning. When people hear this information, the tendency is to rush out and buy high-dose pills of all 5 of these. Please, do not do that. Isolated, synthetic nutrients do not act the same way in the body as food. You can overdose on synthetic iron. You can throw off your mineral balance with synthetic zinc. Trust nature's design. Start by incorporating these foods into your weekly routine. It takes time. Hair grows slowly. Give it 3 to 6 months of consistent nutritional support. You didn't become deficient overnight, and you won't fix it overnight. But if you are consistent, the results, like Sarah's, can be life-changing. If you found this information helpful and want to continue this journey toward independent health through science-based nutrition, please subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell. My next video is going to tackle another major issue facing those over 50, declining energy levels and the mitochondrial connection. You won't want to miss it. In the meantime, eat well and take care of yourselves. I'm Dr. David Thompson.